Hi, welcome to percussioneducation.com. My name is Dave Gerhardt, and today we are going to talk about the buzz roll. So last time we talked about the triple bounce roll and how we execute the triple bounce roll using our arms, okay? And remember, that roll is primarily used for mezzo piano and above as we start to open up to get more sound out of the drum instead of pressing into the drum. I find that young students, when they're really thinking about using a concert style roll, especially when it comes to a quote-unquote buzz roll, they're really pushing in when they get loud instead of opening up and letting the drum speak, okay? So today we're going to talk about the buzz roll, which I use for piano and below, okay? And it depends on the drum. You know, the smaller and tighter the drum, the faster your roll is going to need to be in order to sustain that out. So you're going to have to vary it depending on the drum that you're playing on. So that's why I kind of do the dynamics as my basis, mezzo piano, but you will have to alter that. So this is piano and below, okay? So for this, when I practice my rolls on a drum, I like to do it with the snares off. And the reason being is so that I can hear what I'm practicing. When I'm practicing on a snare drum, as I've said before, I practice 60 to 70% with the snares off so that I can really hear what I'm doing. I think too often people practice with the snares on, and it covers the sound of all of the intricacies of the drum, okay? If you can play it clear and clean with the snares off, then when you put the snare on, it just adds another element to that, but it still has that clarity to it, okay? So, for our bounce and our buzz roll, okay? I generally call this a multiple bounce roll, but it's the same thing. Again, this is one way. It's not the only way, but it is the way that I do it, okay? So a multiple bounce roll. So all we're thinking about in a multiple bounce roll is trying to get as many bounces as we can before the stick dies. So what I do, still executed with the arm stroke, is I drop the stick, and right before the stick dies into the drum, I pick it up. And because this is a softer roll, I'm not bringing my arm way up. I'm just doing it right from here. I'm not pressing into the drum. That's why sometimes I don't like to call it a buzz roll, especially with younger students, because they want to like buzz like a bee. Bzz, bzz. But it should be. Okay, now, the key to this is something that I wish I would have known a long time ago, and I'm going to tell you today, is if you put a little bit of pressure on your fulcrum with your thumb, you will get more buzzes. It will also close the space between each bounce. So it's a fine line between pushing too hard and not pushing at all, but you have to find where that is to make sure that you're getting enough bounces, okay? Just let the stick do the work for you. That's the key. Let the stick do the work. Then I do the fun hand. And then on buzzes, what I like to do is I like to do them together. So I'm maximizing my practice time, and I'm just making sure that they are bouncing. Now they're not going to be symmetrically exact. They're not going to be, you know, if they're not together, that's fine. I'm just letting them drop. And once they are about ready to stop, I pull them up. Okay? And then I start to alternate them. And I speed that up. And I have my buzz roll or my multiple bounce roll, okay? A lot of people will tell you that a buzz roll is an easy thing to accomplish, and I found that that is not the case. I really have to make sure that I'm warmed up. So going through all of my exercises and making sure that I'm warmed up so that I can do this. Because that's really hard to just play for the first time. A louder roll is no problem, but that softer roll, I really need to make sure that my arms are been warmed up so that I can get that. Okay? Any questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next episode of percussioneducation.com. Thanks so much.